Hi Year 7, welcome back. Welcome to another week. This week we're going to be doing 3D shapes, but before I get into today's video, I want to give you a couple of quick announcements. Firstly, well done and thank you to all of you who did the test last week. I was so impressed by the number of people that managed to get it done in those first 2 days last week, and particularly those who did it on Thursday. If you haven't yet managed to do it, please don't worry. I understand things are difficult at the minute. I would like you to have a go. Go onto the Classmarker website with your username and password and give it a go today if possible. If you're struggling, please give me a message on Show My Homework and we can sort out the problem. The second announcement is a really exciting one. We are going to be going live tomorrow. So hopefully you're watching this on Monday. If so, you're in time to watch our live lesson tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd of June. It's at 2 p.m. and it's using something called Microsoft Teams. Now, to use Microsoft Teams, you do need to access your school email address. If you don't know how to do that, please leave a message on Show My Homework and I can get that sorted for you. I can give you the right link. I can reset your password if you've forgotten it. We can get you sorted. Don't be nervous about having a live lesson. I think it's a really exciting opportunity for us all. Your videos will be disabled, so you can be there in your pyjamas if you really want to be. I won't be able to see you, and neither will anyone else in the lesson. However, you will be able to see me and hear me. So that's a really exciting opportunity. It's tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd of June, 2 p.m. But for now, let's get on with today's lesson. First thing I'd like you to do is, of course, our starter. Please pause the video to have a go at it and then press play when you're ready to reveal the answers. Please pause the video to mark them. So, what is a 3D shape? Well, the definition is on the screen now. In geometry, a three-dimensional shape can be defined as a solid figure or an object or shape that has 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. Unlike 2D shapes, 3-dimensional shapes have thickness or depth. So, when you draw a shape flat on a piece of paper, you've drawn a 2D shape usually. A rectangle, a circle, etc. A 3D shape is not flat, it has depth as the definition says there. So for instance, a box would be a 3D shape. It has 3 dimensions. You could measure its length, its width, and also its height. So on the left of the screen now, you've got a rectangle, that's a 2D shape. It doesn't have any depth to it, it's flat. Whereas the cuboid on the right, it is 3D. I'd like you to think about the definition I just said of 3-dimensional shapes. Pause the video and write down the letters of the shapes on the screen now which you think are 3D. Right, so I'm going to reveal them now. Let's see how you got on. So if I circle a shape, it means it is 3D. So the first one on there is B. That is a cube. It's a 3-dimensional shape. It's got depth to it. The next one, look closely, is C. Hopefully you can see the difference. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult with this particular shape. A is a circle, it's flat, but if you look carefully you can kind of see from the light, C is 3D, it's actually a sphere like a ball. So that is 3D. The next one is D, that is 3D. And finally E, that is also 3-dimensional. It's got a height, a width and a depth. F is flat, it's a 2D shape. Well done if you picked those. So B, C, D and E. Okay, next up we're going to try and name the shapes. Now I did mention a few of their names when I went through whether they're 2D or 3D. So pause the video, write A, B, C, D, E, F on your page and see if you can name any of them. When you've named as many as you think you can, press play and I will go through them. Okay, so first one, A, that's 2-dimensional, we saw it on the last screen. Should be one you're familiar with. and it's a circle. Well done if you got that. As you're looking at what you wrote, please, 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 next to the one that you've written, if you've spelt it incorrectly, you can still tick it, you got it correct, well done. But I would also like you, if possible in green, if you've got a green pen, to write the correct spelling. So you can still give it a tick, but just correct the spelling next to it. Next up, we have a cube or a cuboid. Now, if all the sides are the same length, it's a cube, and this one looks like it is. Obviously, in a test or something, we would be told, but this one looks like it's a cube. If some of the sides were different lengths, it would be a cuboid. If you put cuboid, you can have that because you can't really tell from that picture if they're definitely all the same size. C, it looks like a ball, but that's not its mathematical name. Its mathematical name is a sphere. So that's that, S-P-H-E-R-E. Again, if you got the wrong spelling, don't worry, tick it, but put the correct spelling next to it. D, that is a cone, like an ice cream cone. Obviously, it'd be the other way up if we're going to put ice cream in it. There we go. C-O-N-E. E, again, we saw it was 3D. It's a cylinder. This one a lot of people struggle to spell, so just look carefully at what I'm writing. C-Y-L-I-N-D-R. And finally, F, true D shape. It's quite a tricky one to know the name of. If you wrote quadrilateral, you're correct, but it is a quadrilateral because that means a four-sided shape, which this has. However, this is actually a particular four-sided shape, and it's a trapezium. So T-R-A-P-E-Z-I-U-M, trapezium. And that's because it's got one set of parallel sides, so I could mark those on there for you. So the top is parallel to the base, and I can show you that by those two arrows. Pause the video if you need to get any of those names down, and once you're ready, click to go on. So, this is a 3D shape. It's got height, length, width. Do you know the name? If you think you know the name, pause the video, write it down. So, this particular shape is a pyramid, and it is a square base pyramid because it's a pyramid with a square base. So square based pyramid. So, next question, what is a pyramid? Well, the definition is on the screen now. A pyramid is a solid object where the sides are triangles which meet at the top, and the top is known as the apex. That's labelled for you in the diagram on the screen. The base is a polygon, which is a flat shape, a 2D shape, but it has to have straight edges. So for instance, a circle is not a polygon because it has curved edges, but a triangle, a square, a hexagon, all of those are polygons because they have straight edges. This particular one has a square base like the previous one we just looked at, and so it would also be known as a square base pyramid. But if the base was a triangle, for instance, it would be a triangular pyramid. If it was a pentagon, so it had 5 edges at the bottom, it would be a pentagonal pyramid. There's another one. Most 3D shapes are either a pyramid or a prism. If it's a prism, this is very different to a pyramid. So a pyramid comes to a point at the top, whereas a prism has a solid object with 2 identical ends and the flat sides for all the others. The shape of the end gives the prism its name. So just like the base of a pyramid gave it its name, so square base pyramid, the ends of a prism give the prism its name. This one on your screen in the top left is a triangular prism. That is because the ends of that prism are triangles. So here and here, those 2 ends are identical, and the ends are triangles, so it's a triangular prism. The most common place you might see in this particular one is if you think of like a Toblerone chocolate bar. If you think of the big ones, their books are triangular prisms. You can have square prisms, pentagonal prisms, and so on. The cross section, getting a bit technical now, is the same all along its length. So what I mean by that is you can see the triangle at the end, both ends. If I cut that in the middle, if I cut the shape down the middle, what you would see when I removed the knife is still triangles. So that's the cross section, because wherever I cut it, I would see the triangular shape. Okay, so that's a pyramid and a prism. I'd now like you to pause the video and write down A, B, C, D, E, F, and next to each of them, do you think is a pyramid or a prism? Remember, a pyramid is the ones with triangular sides coming up to the apex, the top, and a prism is a shape where you cut through it and you get the same shape, so it's got two identical ends. Okay, so A, that one has identical ends, so it is a prism. The cone, it comes to a point at the top. However, it's not got triangular sides, so that's a bit of a trick one, that one. That's actually neither, but we have already looked at the name and it's a cone. So sorry, that was a little bit misleading, that one. That's neither. C, also a prism. It's got two identical ends, in this case, they are circles. D, again a prism. We can see it's got a hexagon on the top, 6 sides, so that would be a hexagonal prism. E, a pyramid. It's a bit of a bizarre pyramid because of it's a triangular prism, a triangular pyramid, also known as a tetrahedron. All of the sides are exactly the same, all the faces are the same, and that means that you could really take any of them to be the top or the apex, but it certainly is a pyramid. And the final one is a bit more clear. All those sides are triangles. It has a very clear top, that's the apex, and so that is a pyramid. And it has 8 sides along the bottom. So that would give away what the name of that particular pyramid is. And now we're going to name them. So pause the video, write A, B, C, D, E, F, and see if you can name any of them. Right, I'm going to go through them now. So first one, we've come across this a few times in this lesson already. It's a cuboid. This one is very clearly a cuboid and not a cube, and that's because the side lengths are different. So we can see across the top is much longer than the end. So this distance here, much longer than the ones down here. Next, for B, I wrote this on the last slide because it's neither. It's a cone. Next up, looks like a can of or a tin of baked beans. It is known as a cylinder. D, we said it was a prism, and to get the type of prism, you look at the end. Now this has 6 edges, so it's a hexagon at the top, making it a hexagonal prism. Again, if you've got any of the spellings wrong, please don't worry, you've still got it right, you can tick it, but it's important we try and get them right as we move forward to make sure we get the marks in exams, because you wouldn't want to mislead the marker. So please make sure you write down the correct spelling next to your ticked answer. This one, a pyramid, it's a triangular pyramid, but it does have a special name, this particular one, because it's the smallest type of pyramid. It's got the fewest faces and sides. So it's special name and well done. You have a gold star. Right, draw a little star next to it if you got this. It's a tetrahedron. And finally, F. This has 8 sides around the bottom and it's a pyramid, so it's an octagonal pyramid. So, just a final reminder, that's the end of lesson 1. Few little tips ready for tomorrow, providing you are looking at this on Monday. So, tomorrow is our first live lesson. I am really excited to have lots of you and have you on there. Please remember, you don't need to worry about being seen. Your videos will be disabled. You will be able to see me, but you won't be able to see everybody else. It's on Microsoft Teams. This is accessed through your school emails. You should have received an email with the link. If you haven't, contact me. Microsoft Teams can be accessed via the internet, so you can type it into Google or Safari or whatever internet browser you use, or you can download the app and use it on phone, tablet or computer. Any device you can have Teams on. If you are struggling, please don't think I can't join in. Just get in contact with me and show my homework and I will help you get it set up. Ideally do this on Monday, not Tuesday morning, because we have to get your emails reset. Please just come along, pen and paper ready. I look forward to being able to see that you're in the lesson. Obviously I won't be able to see you, but I look forward to having you all on there.